Okay, are you receiving me? Over. Sorry about this. Every week we try something new and it doesn't work. But hello everybody. You probably saw in the opening thing that I had up this this picture here. Let's find it on here. Okay, I'll put it up again. This picture. So, and you probably saw on that it's a picture of the Uglies. And the reason I put that up is because I was really saddened to find out this week that Will Hammond had died, the Uglies guitarist. I'll show you that picture a bit later. We're going to play a couple of tracks from the Uglies that Will Hammond featured in. Will Hammond actually played on a lot of my demos. The first demo I did for Hiroshima had his guitar playing on it at my mum's house, and also Early Bird, and there was loads of songs he played, but those the ones I remember specifically, did some really nice parts to both of those tunes. And so Will Hammond, I heard he died this week. He's been living in Spain. So okay. Okay, who are you guys in the photo? Somebody said, yeah, that is the Uglies. So I'll be showing that picture again and just pointing out who is who in the Uglies. The Uglies were a group that I was in back in the 60s. They were led by Steve Gibbons, who's a local legend. Steve is still strumming his guitar. He's still doing stuff. Okay, well, my apologies I didn't come on last week. We just got back from Poland. We'd been to doing a lot of visiting in Poland, touring, should I say, going on tours and stuff. And we went to tour Auschwitz while we were there, which was a very sobering thing. And I really didn't feel like doing a broadcast last Thursday. So my apologies that I couldn't bring myself to switch the camera on and look at it. Okay, I've been working on a song this week which you've heard before, but you haven't heard it like you're going to hear it this week. But what was I talking about? Yes, I was telling you about Will Hammond and the Uglies. And before I go any further, let me play you. Let me see if I can find it on this list of songs I've got here for tonight. Okay, yeah, this is a song, and this is the picture that you saw earlier. That'll be coming back up on the screen. And here's the Uglies singing Love and Best Wishes. This is one of my songs, which they did, and this is a BBC recording of Love and Best Wishes. Let's see if it works. Here we go.
Once upon a time there was really nothing to it. I would play my little tune and everybody knew it. I could be sure of that. I won't be looking back, for she loves me. I see that she does. I would walk along and make believe I was a bird. Suddenly the sky was gone and I got the word. You can be sure of that. She won't be coming back, for she loves me. I see that she does. Wishes, love and best wishes. my eyes are dry. Should I cry to show I care? You can be sure of that. I'll do much more than that. If she loves me, I see that she does. Loving best wishes. Loving best wishes. I will send kisses to you. Anything to keep you. Anything to keep you.
Okay, Willie Hammond is the guy you can see on your right. He's I'm the guy second from the left. Steve Gibbons is the guy on the left. He's the singer. I'm next to him. Oh, Mandy says there's no... You're not getting any audio through, Mandy? Okay, sorry, confusion there. Okay, yeah, Steve Gibbons is the guy on the left. The guy underneath the men sign, that's me, looking mean, and look like I'm advertising a leather jacket there. Next to me is Jimmy Holden, the drummer, and next to him is Willie Hammond, the guy who has died today. Okay, you know that song. Let me get my picture back up here if I can. No, so I can just chat to you. And there we go. Yeah, that song. That is a lovely old song. Love and Best Wishes. A really oddball song. Somebody asked, has it ever been released? And no, it hasn't. Never been released. One of the days maybe I'll resuscitate it. But it's just a gem from that era. You can probably tell by the way the music goes on that. It's just a complete one-off. It's got the weirdest chord progression in the world, like it is. I would walk along and make believe I was a bird. Suddenly the sky was gone and I got the word. I can be sure of that. She won't be coming back, for she loves me. I'll see that she does. Da 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 da. Love and best wishes. I would have sent kisses to you. Anything to keep you. Anything to keep you. I can't remember the chords too long, but it's something like, but it's got that really weird thing where the chords went down one semitone, down from G down to E, and then it moved to they actually play the chord of E. And then it went up into A minor for the middle, which is Love and Best Wishes. So that's, if you're interested in music, that is a weird way of doing it. And they don't write them like that these days. But anyway, I like that song. It's nicely weird. And okay, so I've been working on something this week, and I'm going to play it just so that we can have something a little bit different. Because I'm going to play you another one by the Uglies in a sec. But is it okay if I change the tone and just give you a look at this other one I've been doing this week? Let's make sure we've got everything working here. I think this should work, I hope. Yeah. Oh no, not that one. It's this one. Is he? Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. This is a song you have heard it before, but not like this. Okay, here we go.
Well, I'm not citizen zero, but I know him, he's my hero. Oh, oh. Over the river where the eagles fly, so high in the sky, calling to me. Over the river, they're dancing free, so effortlessly. I'm a citizen of Zion, no track record to rely on, but I've got a place on planet Earth with talents that I don't deserve, and an aching heart that I was born to serve. Over the river where the eagles fly, I can see them high, calling to me. Over the river, they're dancing free, so effortlessly. Citizen zero, but I know him, he's my hero. And in a cloak of dazzling white, he comes to me in the dead of night. He speaks to me in words that make it right. Over the river where the eagles fly, so high in the sky, calling to me. Over the river, they're dancing free. Do they dance for me? Oh, over the Citizen Zero, but I know him, he's my hero. Oh, oh,
Yeah, boy, that's a really cool track, I think, and I think I'm going to be releasing that probably under my own name, Dave Scott Morgan, not Morganisation, but I haven't decided yet. I thought I'd let you guys check that out, and you'll no doubt have something to say about it on the. Sounds like Robbie Williams. Well, why not? Interesting observation, yeah. Okay, yeah, as you can probably tell from that song, that's got a little bit of Christian heritage to it, because I am a Christian, and every now and then that kind of sneaks in to the music. And that was a song, I actually wrote that in January, and the very first time it was ever played to anybody was to you guys on one of these Dave Song Factory things back in January. So anyway, let me know what your take is on that. Somebody's wrote from Scamblesby last Sunday. Great, okay, good to see you. Okay, all right. Well, we were at a place in Lincolnshire last Sunday, Scamblesby, tiny little village right in the outback there, doing our rural touring show, which is called How the Beatles Got Me a Job with the Yellow. And lots of anecdotes, lots of stories and stuff, and it's really good stuff to kind of go over all that stuff that happened years ago, that rock and roll stuff. Okay, well, this week I'm honouring Willie Hammond, who's passed from us this week. A great guitarist, a guy who had a real strange history, because the Uglies actually Trevor Burton joined instead of Willie Hammond, and we had to go. Steve and I went round his house to tell Willie that we were dropping him and having Trevor Burton. And it's a funny story, because he was really quite upset about it, because he'd been with the Uglies for many years, and it was a really, it wasn't a very nice thing at all. But I'm telling you this because that's what happened. We had Trevor Burton join us on guitar, and Willie was kicked out. And but you know what? He went off and he joined the Air Force. I think he was, he kind of had enough of music, and he went off and joined the Air Force. And he had a really great career in the Air Force, and he ended up being, I don't know what the word is, but the Foreign Office borrowed him from the Air Force, and he did all kinds of really interesting stuff in the Foreign Office, which he told me about years later. And I thought, isn't that amazing? The biggest disappointment he had, which was the Uglies, that turned sour on him. But he went off, and that turned into an opportunity, because he went off and joined the Air Force, and he had another lifestyle completely different. And then at the end of his life, he's been playing guitar with his group in Spain. And he's bought himself a pad in Spain, because he did well with the Air Force and the Foreign Office and that. So that's just another rock and roll story. One that I don't come out too well in it, because I was part of. I was with Steve when we told Will we were packing it in. But for us, the Uglies turned out to be a disaster, because the Uglies turned into a group called Balls, and as I was telling them people in Scamblesby, Balls was the most aptly named group I've ever been in, and it really was. It was an absolute disaster, and so there we go. That's rock and roll, and that was my song, The Citizen Zero. So I hope you'll tell me some nice stuff about it, or some advice about that, or whatever. Just say whatever you think about it. No, that's you rotter. Somebody said about sacking Willie. Yeah, but like I say, life had a way of redressing our rottenness, and it turned out to be something of great value to Willie. And yeah, so God bless Willie Hammond, who played all those great guitar licks. Okay, let's hear some more guitar licks from Willie Hammond and the Uglies. And to this one, I've put a bit of a video to it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I've put a bit of a video to it, and you'll recognise the scenes on the video, which I've borrowed from a great movie. But it was, to be honest, the video was put together just to go at the back of us on stage. We were going to do this song live. We never did get that worked out to do this one live. So I've put the Uglies version to this video, which was done, like I say, for an organisation to play live to. Here we go. Check this out. This is The Uglies singing I've Seen the Light, Good Night, with Willie Hammond playing great guitar. Here we go.
I saw the light that came to me tonight in the passing of a dream. I saw the truth, I held the proof in the twilight of the tomb. I saw a vision of a girl who brought me down, and then I knew that it was you. And I knew that it was wrong and I was right. I've seen the light, I've seen the light, good night. I recall the place, the expression on your face didn't mean a lot to me. As long as you were there, I didn't really care. I was so in love I couldn't see. But when I think about it now, I feel I've seen it all before. And what is more, I feel as if I'm sad and well I might. I've seen the light, I've seen the light, good night. The future has been crossed, classified as lost, dead and buried and forgot. And nothing from the past can lift it from its cast and turn it into something that it's not. And all the memories and words only serve to drill a hole into my soul. And you can take that in whichever way you like. I've seen the light, I've seen the light, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night.
Let's get this microphone back on the video. Okay, well, you probably noticed that those were scenes from the movie The Matrix, which is a real classic movie. It's the girl in that's Carrie Ann Moss, who's she looks really great in that movie, doesn't she? And that video was intended to go behind us while we're playing on stage, but I wouldn't want to release that as a video for the song because it's somebody else's work. To play on stage that'd be okay, but not as part of a record release. So that song, I've Seen the Light, that what you just heard was the Uglies doing that song that was Steve Gibbons singing. And let's see, it wasn't quite the same Uglies as was in that photograph you saw, because that was the final Uglies there, and I haven't got a photograph of them to show you. Yeah, I've probably got one on my mobile phone here, but that's never gonna work. It's way too small. So, but in that record you just heard, that was actually a record made by MGM Records, and as I say, the Uglies turned into a group called Balls, and one of the first things that the manager of Balls, the guy who kind of set all this lot up, one of the first things he did was to go down to MGM and say that you can't, I'm taking that song off you, you're not having it. And they were a bit upset about it, but they hadn't actually signed a contract, or we hadn't signed a contract, should I say. And so he just walked away from that, and that's another rock and roll story, I guess. Not one that we shined too nicely on, because we were party to that. But he stepped out of that deal with MGM, and that record became Footloose and Fancy Free. And of course nobody owns it or anything, but I own the song, so I guess I own more of it than anybody else does around. But MGM actually paid for it all those years ago, but there was no contract signed. So that's a great song. It's got you probably noticed it's got some weird chords in it. They're not quite the same as what was in the other one, but they're just weird in their own different way, because it does that thing where it goes, I saw the light came to me tonight in the passing of a dream. Got that like really. Is it that one? Yeah, that's one. In the passing of a dream, I saw the truth, I held the proof, in the twilight of between. I saw a vision of a girl who brought me down, and then I knew that it was you, and I knew that it was wrong, and I was right. I've seen the light, I've seen the light. Good night. And then it goes back to the doing those weird chords again. Well, that weird chord. There's a diminished chord, and I guess it was the time of the season when I just discovered diminished chords, and it went into that song. And not much later after that, it went into a song called 1000 Worlds, which is on the Earthrise album. That figures very heavily, that kind of diminished, that change to a diminished chord. But anyway, that song by the Uglies was brilliantly put together and played, with Will Hammond playing a great guitar, a great heavy guitar licks throughout that tune. So I really like what he played on that. And I'd like to put that record out one of the days, and that's why I was doing a video to it, because we did do that live a couple of times with the group, with the organisation, and it went over great. It's a great live song to do. It's incredibly hard to sing it, so it's sort of one of them where you sort of you call for the medic when you finish, on the stretcher. But apart from that, it's okay. It's good fun. So I was telling you, in the middle of telling you who was in the group playing on that record. Well, there was Steve Gibbons singing. There's me playing something. I think I was playing bass. There was Richard Tandy playing the piano. He's playing a lovely Wurlitzer piano, which you can hear on that record. Keith Smart was playing the drums. And the guitarist on that record was Will Hammond, because that's all of this happened after we recorded that. Trevor Burton joined us. Willie got kicked out. The new manager went down to MGM, took the record off MGM, took us all from Birmingham down south into his little cottage he'd got down at Fording Bridge down in Hampshire, and within 2 weeks, everybody had been kicked out the group except Steve Gibbons. Keith Smart was the first to go. Richard, Tandy and myself got kicked out the same day, and we came back to Birmingham. And Richard was so sad about it all that he was going to pack it all in. He'd had enough of rock and roll, and he was going to throw in the towel. But a friend of his said, well, don't do that, Rich. I've seen this ad in the paper. Somebody wants a bass guitar. Look, in fact, it's Roy Wood. You know Roy. He wants a bass guitar to play, a bass guitarist to play in his new group he's forming called the Electric Light Orchestra. And he said, go and see if you can get this job, and then if you can, stay in music, but if you can't, then go and drive your van or whatever. Richard was going to go back to driving a van, which is what he used to do. And he went for that job, and of course he got it. He was the bass guitarist for the Electric Light Orchestra, and then he moved on to keyboards after a few months, I believe. We're talking now 1972 time. The Uglies packed up in '69, so not quite sure what happened in the intervening years. It's a bit of a murk, but I ended up going to America, but Richard, like I say, ended up joining the brand new group by Roy Wood and Jeff Lynne called Electric Light Orchestra. The rest of it is history, because Roy left after 6 months. He went and formed his own group called Wizard, which became successful and still is successful, because his record is played every Christmas. It's the Christmas anthem. I wish it could be Christmas every day. It's a really memorable piece of music that he wrote for that, and it's every year it is being played. Okay, well, I'm just going to have a quick look at some of the stuff you've been saying. Eric, welcome. You get all sorts of things here at the factory. I don't know who's saying that to who. Ernst, good to see you, Ernst. Steve Hill, who wrote Wake Up My Mind? Steve Gibb wrote that along with Jimmy Holden, I believe, had a hand in that. Somebody else did. The names, the writers are on the label, but Steve and Jimmy Holden for sure, and I think there was another writer. It might have been a guy named Burnett. I don't think it was Jimmy O'Neill on that one. No, Jimmy O'Neill had a hand in writing another song that they did called It's Alright, which actually was number one in New Zealand, I think. Would you believe? Okay. Yes, that's right, Ernst. There is lots of info on the Quiet Explosion double CD, which is a CD of the Uglies, a retrospective CD of all the Uglies work, including the two songs we've heard this evening, which were, of course, at the end of the Uglies era. More music theory just for you. Okay, well, look, great to see you guys all hooking up this evening. Thank you very much for coming on, and thank you for being here. Listen, I've got in mind of doing a bit of an auction, because I've found in my music studio next door that I've got some things which I don't need, I don't want them. They're just hanging around, gathering dust. One of them is this record, look, which is Carl Sings Dave. It's a song called I Wrote a Song by Carl Wayne. It says here, recorded at Tarcross 1968. And there it is. I Wrote a Song, beautifully produced there by Matt O'Malley. Really nice song. This is just a kind of a pre-production thing, because this was put out digitally in 2020. When was that come out? 2022, I think, something like that. I don't think it's available now. It may be, but don't quote me. But if you want it digitally, you have to go onto Spotify and see if it's there. But anyway, I've got one of those on CD, which I'd like to auction off. And what I thought was, if I announce it this week, and if anybody's interested in these, if they want to come on and whoever offers the best for it will get it. They'll have to pay for me to send it to.
Patreon.
Say again?
Ernst said put it on Patreon.
Ernst says put it on Patreon. That's a good idea. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I'll alert you guys because you are my main Patreoneers there. So there's that one. Look, that's Carl. Oh, look at them. It's got one of these. Look with it as well. Look at that. Promotional, not for resale. Carl Wayne and Dave Morgan singing. I wrote a song here. There's that. And there's this. Look, I did some of these. Can't quite remember what the event was, but we did just a couple of these. And I've got this last one left. It's Gibraltar Farm. It's a special presentation of Gibraltar Farm with a little bit of information on the back there. This version of the song would be a version which you wouldn't have heard before because it's got a little bit of a different intro and a different end to it. So it's a developed version of the song. It's basically the same song, but it has got a developed introduction and an end to it. And it just tells a little bit of the background of this song and the story of who the song's about, which is called Violette Sabo, which is that girl there. I'm reading off this. It says Violette Sabo was born in Paris to a French dressmaker mother and an English taxi driver. She became a wartime agent of SOE, Special Operations Executive, with the code name Louise. Posthumously awarded the George Cross and the Croix de Guerre, one of that's a French award, by the way, one of the 117 SOE agents who did not survive missions to France. There she is. There she is. That's Violette Sabo, who died in 1945 in Ravensbrück concentration camp in Germany. That special presentation, it's got a CD inside there with that special thing around it, and if somebody wants that, then we'll please let me know what. Okay, well, I've got some other stuff which I think probably best to leave it till next week, and like Ernst says, maybe we'll put this stuff onto what's it called? The other one, anyway. Great, thanks ever so for hooking up to me tonight. I'm sorry about the hiccup at the beginning, but then you wouldn't know you were onto the right channel unless it was all going pear-shaped, would you really? Let's face it. Every week something goes horribly wrong, and it's embarrassing. Yes, I know. Yeah, but incidentally, if anybody out there knows, we're looking for a web developer. We want somebody to develop our web presence, and we also need somebody who can help us with social media. We're interested in Facebook and Instagram, which we're not represented at all on, and I don't have the time or expertise to get that sorted, but you may know somebody out there who is good at that and who would like to have a go at that. Please have them get in touch with me, either by leaving a message on here next week or by emailing me, dave@scottmorgan.co.uk. Okay, well look, I'm going to push off, and thank you very much for hooking up to our little get together on a Thursday night, Dave's Song Factory. We'll meet up again next week. So good night and thanks for being there. Oh yeah, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me, and I don't know, share it and tell your friends about it and get it liked. And okay, catch you next time. Bye bye.